many fears with the covert narcissist, or after I realize what it is that is going on. And there are so many things that I'm worried about. You don't even know who you're with. You don't know what you're dealing with. You're not even sure. And somehow you ended up married to this person. There's definitely a couple of things that make you question things that have you uncomfortable. That is obviously normal when you're dealing with something that you didn't even know that exists, much less that you're living with it. One of them is the fears. The fear, not just one of, raising kids with this kind of person is, what if they are successful in making you the villain? Because if you live with these people, you understand that this is even if you didn't know that's what's going on then, right? Eventually you can see the pattern of behavior that's what it is. You are supposed to be the bad guy, in quote, in the household. So, and they are conveniently the friends, in quote, to the kids. Of course, they're not really friends. It's more of trying to use the kids as a weapon against you. So you are slowly being pushed to the corner of being the villain because why? You are the voice of reason. Just like reason just like being logical and rational doesn't make sense to them. They're trying to make the same thing where the kids, it doesn't make sense to them either. So you are trying to talk some sense into people, trying to be logical, trying to think straight about things. You're not a bad guy. That is one of the fears that I have with raising, right now, of co-parenting with the kids with the Covert Narcissist is that they will successfully make you the bad guy for just being the voice of reason. And in that case, if you have the same fear like I do, is that you focus more on your actions and not the words, because they are full of words. That's all they do is talk. But when it comes to the actions, it never matches because they can't make it line up. They can't make the actions line up with whatever they're saying, because at the end of the day, for the actions to line up with what it is that they're saying, they need to actually care beyond themselves for that to happen. And that's not going to happen. It never does. So no, it never lines up. So you focus more in this kind of situation with your actions, not what they're saying, because the last thing you want to do is try to match them word for word, because these are actors. They've been doing this for a long time. So match your actions, focus more on your actions when it comes to the children. Another fear that I had was that obviously that they're going to turn out being like the covert narcissist, that somehow these people that you gave birth to, or that, you're parenting with this other individual, that they will turn out being exactly like the other person, where logic doesn't apply here. You are raising entitled children, or they're like whatever it is you're seeing with the covert narcissist, that you have many replicas of these people running around, and you're helpless. You don't know, you can't do anything about it. That's one of the fears that I have. And how do you actually take with this? Is not to descend to the covert narcissist playing field. Like, don't get in the pig's pen with these people, because they don't mind getting dirty. This is what they do. This is how they learn to survive. This is how they learn to operate in the world. So if you get down there, being that that's not your mindset, you're not going to last there that long. You're not going to last there that long. So don't get in there. Don't descend to the antics. Don't descend to the nonsense that they're doing, because there really is no low that they can go. If it fulfills some agenda, they can spend 30 hours, planning and plotting just to get 5 seconds of whatever it is. That probably will not make sense to you and I. So don't get in there with them. You get dirty. They don't mind. That's exactly because you have to remember that whatever actions they take, they feel justified in doing it. So you're wasting your time. So don't get in there. Don't descend to that field that they are on. You're not going to come out of it. Especially your mind is not like that. So it will not work. The other fear that I have is my own overcompensating for the covert narcissist. And you've seen this, where you are trying to shield your children from certain things, trying to literally covering up, for the covert narcissist, or trying to make sure that the kids don't lack in any way, physically, psychologically, emotionally. Now you are there trying to fulfill all this that should have been two people's job, but you are the only one doing it yourself. So my fear in that regards is that I will overcompensate, where you now cross over to where you're raising entitled children. That is a fear of mine as well. So how do you combat this is that you love, definitely love, but make sure you are creating boundaries, not only for you, but also teaching the kids having boundaries. And not only that, but not respecting the children's boundaries. So it means that you're loving, showing, okay, this is what we do, but this is where the line is when it comes to this with me. And if the children states, okay, this is where the line is, based on what you're teaching them and in their understanding, which is good, and having their own boundaries, you don't cross it. And I give you an example of, in this situation, my daughter always has like some, money people give her, whatever. She has it in her purse at home. So sometimes, when I have the guy that helps me out with the grass, that comes to cut the grass, and, because, I don't plan ahead, because sometimes this adulting thing doesn't really work out. I don't have the cash to give out, and maybe he doesn't take Zelle, so I can sell the money. So I normally go into my daughter's room and borrow the money from her purse. But then I tell her afterwards, and this happened where she's like, Mom, I don't want you going in there without telling me that you going in there to get the money from there, even though you're putting it back. So I'm like, yeah, that's it. You're right. So even moving forward from then on, even if she's at school, like I'll text and I say, hey, I'm going to go in there because yet again, I forgot to, bring the cash out for this guy, so I send the text. That is you not only creating boundaries for you, but as well as respecting the boundaries you're teaching the children, because that's the only way you guys will come out of this. That's the only way that will help you with these fears. And that's what I'm doing, that will help with the fears that comes with raising children with somebody that you've already obviously seen something is wrong with them, But you guys let me know if there's some other ways you're trying to combat these fears, because it's realistic. It's there that you have this fear when it comes to the children. All right, guys, get a hold of your mind and everything will fall into place. Like and share. Take care.